located in a sketchy looking alley. There's something strange. Oh no, it's really heavy rain. All right, I need your opinion here. I've been staying in a hotel nearby for a few nights and I pay $32 a night, and I would love to know if you think it's worth it. So I'm gonna try and be as objective as possible. I'm gonna try to show you the pros, the cons, and all the different aspects, so you can tell me if you think it's a good deal or if you would never spend this kind of money to stay there. So first, let's talk about the location. The hotel is about a 7-minute walk from here, 7-8-minute walk from here. Right now, I'm on the Riverside walk, the Sisawai Kwai, if I'm not mistaken, which is probably one of the most popular hangout spots for people who want to, you know, hang outside with their family, their friends, or to get a drink or some street food. It's also right next to the Royal Palace right here, which is one of the main landmarks of the city. And it's also close to the center of the city, where you'll find most of the hotels, bars, and restaurants targeting tourists. So in terms of location, it's quite central. So let's take a walk and I'm gonna show you what the place looks like. All right, let's try to cross without dying. Oh, we're lucky here. Yep. The garden in front of the Royal Palace is also a very popular place to hang out. A lot of people come and have little picnics, but where we're going is this way. Huh? No, I cannot go this way? No? All right, so apparently the street going there is blocked to the circulation. I thought it was only for cars and motorbikes, but apparently for pedestrians as well. It's just a little detour, not a big deal. So I said a 7-minute walk. Let's make it a 9-minute walk. Now, one of the pros of this place is the proximity to a lot of convenient places. There's a noodle restaurant right here. There's a 24-hour convenience store right here. You also have a few bars over there. There's a pharmacy. There's another restaurant there, a sandwich place. Right here, you also have the National Museum. Now, just past the National Museum, you have the Royal University of Fine Arts that goes all the way to the end of the block, and then we're almost there. The sky looks really dramatic. I think it's gonna rain soon. What's that? Turn on the left here. You got a really neat spot for street food right here, and where we're going is just right here. Now, strangely, this hotel is located in a sketchy looking alley, but don't get fooled by the location. I know when you walk into the alley, especially at night, it doesn't seem too welcoming, but here it is. The first time I came here, I was really surprised to find this kind of facade, this kind of design and hotel in the back of a little sketchy alley. But let me show you inside. There's something strange, beautiful, spooky, and mystical about the hall of this hotel. But I really like it. I guess whether you come here to just sleep or whatever you plan on doing here, I think those statues here are supposed to bring you good luck and maybe more. There's so many little details in this place, like all the sculptures and statues, but even the moldings and the light fixtures, and you can spend hours like looking at all the strange little items, artifacts, or decoration here. Anyways, let's get to the room. Here you got the front desk. That's today. We're going to the 7th floor. Total of 13 floors. It says 14, but it's just skipping the 13th floor. Superstitions. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Oh, it's dark here. And this is the room. All right, let me turn on the light. There we go. It's quite a big room. Got a little desk here with a mirror. Hello. So you can look at yourself while you're working. Got a tiny little fridge here. Let me open the curtains so we get a little bit more light. It's not a very bright day, but so you got a really big bed. It's a firm bed. Personally, I've been living in Asia for nearly 7 years, so firm beds is a common thing, and I would say that I actually like them. All right, let me show you the rest. So you got, oh no, it started raining. Wait, I wanted to show you the view. Oh no. It's really heavy rain. Jeez. Yeah, so much for the view I wanted to show you. It still looks nice, but it doesn't give you a full view of the landscape. So this is the southern part of the city. Damn. If I started recording this video just 15 minutes later, I would have been caught by the rain right by the riverside. So I guess I'm kind of lucky. Well, let me show you the rest. Now, as you probably already noticed, there's this little kind of living room area with a couch and a coffee table. There's a very strangely positioned TV here, but that's South Asian standards. So you can sit there and watch the TV in angle, or you can lay on your bed super far away, and yeah, this ends up being smaller than your smartphone. But that's nothing unusual. Well, in this part of the world, it's actually super rare that you'll find a room with a TV that's placed somewhere where you would actually watch it. But personally, I don't care. If I'm traveling and staying in a hotel, the last thing I want to do is just sit in front of the TV. But at the same time, with this kind of weather, I guess it could be a thing. Now let me show you the bathroom. All right, so you got the sink here, kind of a concrete sink with a mirror. Hello. And you got all the soaps and hair dryer and stuff. You got a toilet here, and here you got the bathtub, which is kind of the same style as the sink, and it looks a little bit weird, like it's rough concrete. It almost looks like they had concrete left over from building the foundation or something, and they're like, let's make sinks and bathtubs out of it. All right, before I show you more of this hotel, especially the rooftop, which I think is one of the main highlights of this place, I want to tell you a little bit more about my experience here because I think it's part of the pros and cons, and if you want to make yourself like an accurate opinion of this place, I think it's good to know. Originally, I was staying on the 11th floor, very similar room, if not identical. First thing I noticed was obviously the decor, how it looks, and I think it's pretty cool. There's like kind of a little vintage look to it, a little bit spooky, like it could be straight out of a horror movie, but I kind of like it. The cleanliness is not like 100%. For example, when I got to my room on the 11th floor, I noticed on the pillow some long hair, and I don't think they were mine. Is it the hair of the cleaning lady? Is it a hair from a previous customer, which would be pretty bad? Or is it just a hair that stuck to the laundry when they washed it? You know, sometimes hair stay on stuff. I don't know, but it's a little bit of a turn off, but it's not a big deal. Not for me anyways. I've stayed in much worse places. Then the next thing I had to deal with is the Wi-Fi. It was horrible, like horrible. Like if you need the internet like I need it, I could barely load a page. Sometimes it would just not load. They could take like minutes to load just a simple page. They told me that it would check if they can get the technician to come in and fix it. Then they called me back and told me that the internet technician was not available to come to the hotel. So they would send the maintenance staff over to my room to check it out, and I told them, like, it's Wi-Fi. You don't, like, I mean, you don't need to go to my room. There's a router for each floor, so they tried to, I don't know, reset the router or something. Nothing was better. Then they told me they could move me to a different room. Now, the room they showed me was actually an upgrade. It was like a suite. So it was bigger than this one. It was in better condition. But there's something I noticed almost immediately is that the windows and the balcony are on the other side of the building. And there's this issue. I mean, we could really hear the banging and clanking and whatever really loud and clear in the room. So I asked the lady, the staff of the hotel, like, how early do they start? Is it always like this? And she's like,
oh, don't worry about it. They don't start too early, only around 7 or 8 in the morning.
That's early. I mean, some people are early birds. I'm not. So this would definitely affect my sleep. That doesn't work for me. I don't want to switch there. Do you have another room available on this side of the building? And she told me that she didn't for that night, but if I was willing to just spend one more night in that room on the 11th floor, then they could switch me to another room the next day. So I was like, all right, I'll just live with not having Wi-Fi for one more night. Now, I called the next day in the morning to say like, well, I still have issues with the Wi-Fi. They called back my room like, I don't know, 20 minutes later saying,
can you open the door? The maintenance guy's at the door. He's gonna check the Wi-Fi.
And I was like, well, there's nothing to check in my room. Like, are you gonna feel if the air feels thicker? Like, oh, yeah, the Wi-Fi is thin here. It made no sense. I was telling them, like, just tell your maintenance guy to go check the router. Go check, like, there's nothing to check in my room. She's like,
open the door, just please open the door. He's right here.
So I opened the door and the guy's like, well, I'm gonna check the Wi-Fi. So I was like, okay, check it. So can I come in? I was like, you don't need to come in my room. I don't understand what you're gonna see in my room. Just check the Wi-Fi. And so he just turned on the Wi-Fi on his phone right there in the hall. He's like, oh, the Wi-Fi is bad. Yes. So the guy tells me like, okay, the reception is gonna call you. They called me like maybe 40 minutes later. They tell me that the Wi-Fi is bad and they cannot fix it. So they're gonna change me to another room on the 7th floor. So I asked them, is it a room facing on the other side? Is it the, I think 702 or something like that? The lady tells me
yes.
I was like, okay, well, you offered me this room yesterday and I didn't want it because of the construction site right next door, but I was told that there would be a room available on this side. And then she's like,
well, not right now, but let me get back to you.
So I just went back to doing my things, you know, like working and not using the internet. Like an hour later, I still hadn't heard from them. So I called again the reception and I'm like, yeah, I'm in room 1101.
Yes, what can I do for you?
At this point, I'm like, I'm starting to lose my patience a little bit, and I'm like, well, you were supposed to get back to me, and I recognize the voice. I know I'm speaking to the same girl.
Get back to you about what? How can I help you?
And I'm like, what is going on? You were telling me that you might be able to change me to another room, so what's the update?
Well, there's this room.
Over there. I was like, this is the room on the other side of the building?
Yes.
And what about the room that you would check for on this side of the building?
Oh, there will be one available actually, but it will take 1 hour or 2 hours to be ready.
And at this point, I'm like really confused, and I tell her, you know, the checkout is at 12, right? She's like,
yes.
But it's 2 p.m. Like the whole process, all of this took a lot of time, you know? How is the room not ready yet? The check-in time for this hotel is 2 p.m. So she tells me that there was a late checkout and they need to, you know, clean the room and everything. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait. After like an hour, I was like, you know what? F it. I'm not gonna call again. I'm just gonna go down and go out and about and do my things. You know, I'm not gonna spend the whole day in my room just to switch to a different room. That's like a total waste of time. I went to the reception. I told her, I'm the guy at room 1101, and she's like,
yes, how can I help you?
Started twitching a little bit. Control yourself, and then my shirt started ripping and I started turning green, and then I just told her,
well, I was supposed to change to another room, and she's like,
oh, yes.
But you know, I'm gonna not waste my day and I'm gonna go out and do my things.
Yes, the room is not ready yet.
It's okay, take your time. I'll get the key to the other room when I come back, whenever that is. When I came back, the room was ready and here I am. But I guess that's something to keep in mind. If you're gonna stay here, you might have issues and they might not get resolved right away. I'm not saying the staff is mean or disrespectful or anything like that. People have been nice, but things don't go too smoothly. Also, the Wi-Fi is better on this floor, but it's far from good. So if you're relying on a decent speed internet for your entertainment or for your work, that's something to keep in mind. Also, another thing, the shower. The weather is warm here, so it's not a big deal for me, but it's not automatic that you're gonna get a hot shower. So that's also another thing to keep in mind. Personally, I don't feel comfortable letting water run for like a super long time, so I just, you know, settle with a cool-ish, lukewarm-ish shower. That's fine. It's not the most comfortable, but that's fine. So that's my experience with, you know, the service and the rooms and whatnot. Now, I wanted to go upstairs and show you the rooftop, which is, in my opinion, one of the main highlights of this place. But as you probably hear, it's still raining heavily outside and it's also getting dark. So we're gonna do a quick transition and I'm gonna show you the rooftop another day. And we're back the next day. Weather can be quite unpredictable, especially during the rainy season. But today seems brighter, seems sunnier. So I don't think we're gonna get caught by the rain, but we never know. Speaking of brighter and sunnier, the curtains in this room, they're not super thick, they're not super opaque. So in the morning, even with all the curtain closed, it's still fairly bright. So if you're a night owl like I am, and if you're a light sleeper, you might need to bring those one of those masks, or you might consider getting a room somewhere else. Now, I think we're gonna be good to head to the rooftop, but first, let me get the right attire. Voila. Now we're ready for the rooftop, baby. Let's go. Oh, and yeah, there are 2 elevators. They're not super fast, and there are a lot of rooms and a lot of people. So it takes a while sometimes. Oh. Sorry. It's okay, no problem. We're taking a ride with the garbage bags. Here we are. This was a little bit of a smelly ride. I think you can already see here, but I want to show you something else first. Once you're at the 14th floor, you can go up one more floor. And this is the restaurant, but I think they only use this restaurant for breakfasts. Let me show you what the breakfast looks like. All right, I managed to wake up early enough to catch the last few minutes of this free breakfast. So let's see what they have. Fried rice with egg. Okay. Stir flat rice noodles with egg. Well, there's not much left. Fried vegetables. Got potatoes and sliced ham. Pancakes and what might be French toast, but I'm not sure. Fish congee. It's a rice porridge, I guess. A little bit. This looks like soup. Got condiments, chili sauce, soy sauce, ketchup, lime, some fresh fruits. What's left? Oh, more fresh fruits here. Oh, there's a spider. Okay, never mind, buddy. Never mind. Pineapple juice, orange juice, water, some cereals. And here you got some sliced bread or baguette and a toaster to grill your bread. Oh, and some coffee and hot tea. And here I think you got egg station. You got a cook who can make scrambled eggs, omelette, over easy, sunny side up. Not sure if the chef is done with work or what.
Would you like eggs?
Oh, yeah. Is it okay? Can I have sunny side up?
Side.
Yeah.
Please,
Okay, okay. I rarely eat those continental breakfasts because I rarely stay in a hotel where it's included in the room. But whenever I do, I usually go for the Asian style breakfast, which means rice or noodles. But here, what's left doesn't look too appetizing, especially the fried noodles. So I think I'm gonna go Western style. All right, so let's sit down and have breakfast with a view. View on the lovely, cloudy Phnom Penh. 2 eggs sunny side up, toast, potato wedges, ham, and pancakes with fake syrup and fake pineapple juice. I'm so rarely up at this time. All right, I just took a bite of every single thing I picked up, and I mean, besides the egg over a sunny side up, I mean, that were just cooked on the spot, the rest feels all kind of old and cold. Potato wedges, they're cold and a little bit dry. The pancake is completely cold. The fruits didn't look too appetizing, looked like old pieces. There was a fly on the papaya. I feel like if you're an early bird, I think it starts at 6, so if you come here at 6, 7, you get everything when it's freshly made, I guess. But if you're not an early bird and you just catch the last 15-20 minutes of it like I'm doing right now, this is what you get. But hey, it's free. Or is it? So as you can see, it's not like a life-changing breakfast. I guess it's part of the value of the room, you know, 32 bucks and a free meal. But that's not what we're here for. Let me show you. Here, there's the restaurant that they keep open all day. There's a full menu. You can have lunch, dinner, late dinner here. I think they're open until 10 or 11 p.m. All right. I'm stalling here, but here's what I think is one of the main highlights of this place. A beautiful rooftop swimming pool and a view of the city. Sounds like there's a party somewhere in there. This is the faculty, the University of Fine Arts. Here you got the Royal Palace. You got the southern part of the city, and over there you got the Tonle Sap and the Mekong River converging. It's a great vantage point of the center of Phnom Penh city. Here you can see the center and the northern part of Phnom Penh. You can sit at the little bar there, or even have a snack or a meal here. And from this corner here, you could even watch the sunset if it wasn't so damn cloudy. And of course you have all the long chairs by the pool. Now it's a little bit later, so I think they fold them, but you have a bunch of umbrellas that can unfold over the long chairs if you don't want to turn into a lobster. And if I'm not mistaken, the swimming pool, the restaurant, and the little bar over there are open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you can't really come here to party, but you can still have a nice little dip and a cocktail in the evening. All right, I think I pretty much covered everything. But if ever I forgot something, let me know in the comment section below. And mostly I want to know, do you think this place is worth it? Let me know. And I'll catch you in the next video.